Zoom. Alright, yeah, that's fine for now. I'll just boost yours on heaps.
Yeah, boost the shit out of this.
Alright, we're on. We're rolling. Welcome to the podcast. Jules, describe the scene.
Well, we're sitting all on the side of the canal, and the sun's just peering through the clouds, which is, it's going away again. And and there's a whole lot of rubbish that we're looking at that's right in front of us. It's quite disgusting.
The canal is stagnant.
The only thing stopping it from being so beautiful is the tons of absolute filth slowly moving past us in the canal.
Oh, yeah. Try not to think about it.
Alright, what do we got for the podcast? I always get to this point and think I should have prepared something. What do you think of the last one and improve on it in this session of recording?
Yeah.
To be honest, I still haven't listened to it.
Oh, you're such a dickhead.
I do better things with my time, you know.
Fair enough. I think most people have better things to do than listen to this. How was the last tour?
It was great, actually. I much enjoyed it, and especially the car trip. It was the most dreading feeling I've had for a car trip, but then it was actually one of the best.
Yeah.
Because I don't know.
Because of all the podcasts.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, podcasting.
Yeah, full circle.
I've introduced you guys to the brilliant world of podcasting.
That got me thinking when we were listening to all the podcasts.
Yeah.
That all good podcasts that we heard have a narrator, like a narrating voice, walking you through things, and then they splice it in with interviews. And yours doesn't have that.
No. It is the last one is a random clip show of moments. But the problem is there's no overarching story.
But there is.
There's so much content here, man.
There's good content, but there's not. I guess I could be there being like, okay, this next bit is this.
You can tell the story, right? Like we're touring more and more. We're working on an album, and things change every month. Like what's going on, how the development's going.
Yeah, I'd rather do that through the interviews.
Yeah, but that was my thought, was that it would be more effective if you did that with a mix of the interviews and some sort of narration.
Yeah. Okay.
And you need more.
Welcome to episode 2 of Parcels Music presents Parcels Talking. I'm Louis, the narrator. Once again, Patrick's advice opens the show, with me initially ignoring it, and then later realizing that it was actually a pretty good suggestion. He has a knack for that. Today's podcast consists of a few segments, two separate interviews covering the whole band. We talk about Glastonbury and smoking and Malcolm Gladwell and S-Town. First up, though, we got a new segment. I feel like a BBC radio presenter. First up. I'll get better at this, I think. Bear with me, podcast listeners. First up's the first ever edition of Louis and Toto Prank Patrol. We fully get Noah with what, in hindsight, is probably one of the world's lamest pranks to pull within a band. But I think the segment's got legs, so we're gonna stick with it. We start off with me and Toto explaining the prank, the mastermind prank, to our tour manager Mara.
Okay, Mara, we need your help. Basically, Noah always forgets to tune his bass while we're on stage. It always takes so long to do it, so we need to print out a lot of photos of tuna. So, actual, literally tuners, and then also the fish, tuna. Is there another meaning for the word tuna?
Like a picture of a hot chick with a speech bubble that says "tune me," so tuna.
Tuna.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, so we need those two things. But we need your little portable printer to do it.
I want Noah to walk on stage after the sound check.
You have to put him on the stage, like between when he tunes his bass, and then when you're putting like the water bottle or something, you need to like put them all around his setup.
First time he sees it is when he walks in.
Yeah, that's the vibe. Throw him off.
Yeah, and like sticky tape them to the ground so he can't take his eyes off.
I also reckon we should just put like a big black dick on his mic or something.
Yeah, and also just a big black cock. Because
Do you
he's
want-
being a big black cock by not tuning.
Okay, so
It's still
so
relevant.
you basically
We need to go on a
ask
Google
him
image hunt,
to,
I
like,
think.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the podcast.
Cheers, brother.
Firstly, I want to keep this Louis and Anatole Prank Patrol segment happening.
Holy shit, that was good.
It was not that good.
It wasn't
I
that good?
think. Well, we had a catch up after the gig. He didn't even realize.
He didn't even realise.
He didn't get what was going on. Didn't really get the joke until halfway through. And then when he got off stage, he was so like psyched from the gig. He didn't even think about it really.
Hey Noah, how was that gig for you?
That was probably one of the funniest shows I ever played.
Funnest show you ever played,
I
huh?
think it's really close. Really
Yeah,
close.
right. Was there anything weird about it?
I don't know. I don't think I noticed or cared.
You didn't notice anything weird about...
He got pranked by Shodos and Louis.
And then he was like, there was no shock value. It was just like pictures of tuners.
Okay, we need plan B with
We
shock
need
value.
Yeah, we need something to really rock them.
I was very impressed by your performance like that night because I was kind of half-heartedly,
Yeah, I could tell.
you know what I mean? If I wanted to do a prank, then I would do it like 100%.
Yeah, okay.
But the fact that you just took it and you were like, fuck it, we're doing this. I think you kind of wanted some material for the podcast.
Oh, well, for sure. That's why it's the only reason I do most things. It's all content.
Yeah, right. I was coming at it from like the idea that I really wanted to prank him.
So what's our next one? Well, our next show's not for 3 weeks, so we can prepare something quite
We've
good.
got time.
But the problem with pun-based humour is it's not shocking. It sounds quite tame. I had to listen to us planning the prank and going through with it. And what's going through my head is like, you see bands who do like pretty hardcore shit and we're just like doing puns to each other. Does that bother you at all?
June Rats would be disappointed, wouldn't they?
I just, yeah. I mean, Juniors might see it and think we're not as
Or
as hard as them.
What's this Canadian guy's name?
Mac DeMarco.
Mike DeMarco. Yeah, I don't know. It's not really our vibe to kind of go all out. Speak
here
of
comes.
the devil, I think Noah is
Oh, the
arriving.
topic's going to change.
Where have you been? Where have you been?
Welcome to the show.
Podcast time.
All right, this is good. We can get a threesome happening.
Threesome.
Sort of. Foursome.
Bring the Vaseline.
It's a bit exclusive.
Jalia is not here.
Who's not here?
We're recapping on the prank we tried to pull on you that really didn't work that well.
Yeah.
I think it's because of your lack of...
It's just my lack of even caring or looking down that much. Probably the lack of me even looking at my tuners that much.
Which was the whole point.
The whole point.
Look, I've been thinking of it like prank number 2. I'm out of ideas.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah.
it.
Oh, you're a one-trick pony.
Yeah.
If you do that to Jules, he will cry.
No, Jules,
No,
I think
Jules
is
would
a
be fine.
perfect. Yeah, Pat, I think would be like a little bit off it.
He's like, can we not do that next time, please, guys? Yeah, fuck you, Pat. That'll be in.
You could put a sticker on the back of one of Pat's keyboards that says like,
I'm a dickhead.
no, like something intelligent. Something intelligent like I. No, I'm not going to say.
Phone numbers are good. We could leak someone's phone number in like quite a public place full of fans.
No one uses their phones in this.
I know. Jules is pretty good with his phone.
You're pretty good with your phone.
Yeah, you
Mate.
could prank me like that. This could become an inside heist.
It's a bit like year 6, no?
Because you're so above it.
Phone in year 6.
I had a phone in year 4 because my parents would never get me. When my sister got something, I had to get something. It was always worse, but it was like always the same.
Oh, I cringed listening back to that. We're so bad at pranks. I thought we'd be good. I feel it'll get better. It's gonna get a lot better than that. I promise. I guess the next bit's like a current event section. We've just come back from tour in the south of France, which was really fun and sunny. And we've just been in the studio recording lots and lots of new musics for you. What do we got, boys?
We've got Glastonbury coming up. That was announced today. Whoa.
Have you seen the video that we made last night?
No?
Oh, I made a teaser video.
We made a teaser video last night, and they were
For
like,
what?
make a 30-second video.
Because you know, we're playing on like not Glastonbury. It's like this alternative electronic section of Glastonbury called
Really?
Silver Haze.
No, it's like a festival.
Show me the video.
Which has a couple of sections.
Yeah. Production assistant Jalia will bring video over. We got live reaction.
Finally getting to live our dream of playing music songs at Glastonbury Festival of Contemporary Performing Arts.
Oh, it's great.
It's not bad, is it?
Oh, it's so good. It is so good. Getting emotional to Katy Perry. I'm actually so psyched to see her.
It's the thing of the festival.
It's going to be amazing.
Holy shit,
She's
that was
playing at the same time
hilarious.
as
We have been working on recordings in the studio. We did 7 tracks. We did 7 tracks, and then 1 didn't work out. Now it's like we're listening back, and I had a moment the other night when I was at Berger's house, and we stayed up listening to records, hanging out, and I just realized how much more we have to do, and it crippled me like nothing else.
Yeah.
An overwhelming feeling of self-doubt. More so than ever.
This is a normal part of any album making process, I think.
Yeah, but it's just unfortunately we just don't have the time, enough time for our expectation, I think. Like, for me anyway, like, yeah, it's just hard to get into the details when we don't have the time, really. But I don't know. I'm sure my thoughts will change tomorrow and the next day.
Yeah, it really depends on what state you listen to the tracks and review them in.
Yeah. But that's a good way to sum up where we are now. We're at the stage of the album where we're right at the start, and it's all just so overwhelming and frustratingly big.
Yeah. Do we want to like let people know that? Is that too behind the scenes info though?
That's fine.
I think that's the whole point of the podcast. It was putting something that's not everywhere
it's
else.
real. It's not like,
This is real shit, man.
this is fucking real shit, fellas.
Some real shit,
This is how it is.
Real people with real problems.
And we really work hard, you know? We really think about every little step, even though it sounds kind of generally okay. We're actually overthinking everything. Every little beat, every little chord, we thought about that. We questioned ourselves.
If anything, the podcast is a representation of just how hard we work.
That's not true. The podcast is just us with beers next to a disgusting canal.
Cut to the interview I had with Toto and Noah the other day, which is total nonsense.
Frank was messaging me today, and
Frank Ocean was messaging you.
yeah, Frank Ocean, and he said, Noah, you're a sick lord.
No one want to come for a swim?
Down at the kebab shop near you. No, Frank from Blind Haven, and they're all going to be at Glasgow the same weekend that we're at.
Oh, cool.
And we should hang.
Definitely.
Fuck yeah.
Shout out to Blind Evan. Love you, boys.
Bless their souls.
I think I've shouted out Blind Evan whenever I pulled out the Zoom the last few times. Shout outs to Blind Evan.
Shout outs to Blind
We
Evan.
love you, boys.
And Frank Ocean, you bloody legend.
Frank Ocean. Hey, come for a swim with me later, Frank Ocean. Stop messaging Noah. Message me as well.
You should do a collab with Pond.
Oh, so good.
Oh, come on. That was classic. I can't believe you guys didn't laugh.
I don't really get it.
Frank Ocean and Pond.
Oh, I didn't even get that.
Oh, you guys didn't get that?
No, dude.
I've been making fucking watercolors the last 5 minutes.
I just thought it was random.
Right over my head.
Oh, you can never tell the level of substance to your course.
Sometimes there's everything and sometimes there's nothing.
What was in that case? What was
Something.
It was something.
Yeah, right.
But I think it's safe to say that we're really inspired on this, like making an album that flows.
Yeah,
That is
definitely.
it, that you can listen to as an album. It's not a mixtape.
Yeah. Fuck mixtapes.
Yeah.
Fuck 'em. Do you hear me, Drake?
Fuck you, Drake.
Fuck you, Drake, and your
family.
fucking playlist release.
You're lazy.
You're lazy, you don't have an idea of what you're doing, you're playing to the masses.
Drake, we got a message for you.
I don't respect you.
No respect.
No fucking respect.
Who's Drake's enemy? The
Weekend.
Full respect to you, Weekend.
Weekend, he's dating Selena Gomez at the moment.
Really?
Mm.
Fuck.
They go to festivals and to vacation spots dressed in the same outfit, tailored perfectly to
hot.
each other.
Is it by Puma? Or
No, not Puma. Local tacky LA designers.
Oh.
So much respect to The Weeknd. God bless you, man.
And for Puma. God bless
The
you.
Puma, the new Puma range is so good.
So good.
Pat's known to rep a vintage Puma slack
I think that,
in the van.
I think that's a misrepresentation. I think it's Slazenger.
Oh, really?
Wait,
That's no, it's Puma.
no,
dude.
it's
We checked.
Puma.
We checked.
No, yeah, full support.
I
Puma.
knew you had a bit more class than that. That great Puma content. I don't know. What we spend most of our life in the van.
Yeah,
What do you consume in the van? Maybe we could start like a van review section because we just like sit there and read and listen to music and podcast.
Yeah.
Pick a thing that you've been inspired by whilst in the van in your little steel box of solitude. What are you reading, Pat?
Well, I've been.
Oh no,
The
okay.
guys have been laughing at me because I've been doing a thing a lot where I just start to read my book and I read like 2 lines of it.
It's a hefty book too. It's like a big chunky
Yeah.
thing. And it's called, what's it called?
It's about philosophy.
It's called like a gathering of existential
Something like that.
thinkers or something.
It's quite a like a dense book. But anyway, I just read a couple of lines and then I'll just get distracted in my mind and just stare out the window or just close my eyes and half pass out and
He's
Yeah,
been on the
just-
same
just
page
think
for the
a lot.
last like 3 van rides. It's just Pat with his big book open looking out the window for hours.
it's just a medium to get me in the mood to zone out or go somewhere else.
Yeah, it's your little switch. Once you read a few lines, you're in your head.
Yeah, so that's been my thing.
What do you read, Jules?
I've been reading The Piano Tuner. It's about this Londoner that goes to God, where is it? Forgotten the name of the place.
He goes to Germany, no?
No,
The
it's
piano
like-
tuner.
No, he goes. What's it called? Somewhere like South America. And yeah, it's just his journey. It's actually been kind of boring. I don't really like.
Yeah, you don't seem riveted by it.
No, it's shit. Like he just generally annoys me because he's so straight and everything that is not like of his life in London as a piano tuner like makes him feel uncomfortable, and it's just annoying. I just don't like the book at all.
Piano tuner gets a 1 star from Jules.
Yeah, 1 star. It's not getting me at all.
I've been reading the Malcolm Gladwell book, The Tipping Point, which
God bless.
I heard about on another podcast. Burma.
Burma, that's where he goes.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that's nice. My mum read a book on Burma.
Go on.
Malcolm Gladwell, which I heard on another podcast, and then we started listening to Malcolm Gladwell's podcast while I was reading that. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of Gladwell getting pumped into my
Is he
brain.
American?
He's not American. He's
He's half Canadian and half
Canadian,
British.
half British, which
He was great.
Sorry, Americans.
He does sound American.
no, because American podcasts and presenters, as we've heard, are just so America-centric and like have such a boisterous attitude. And Malcolm's got this smooth kind of left take on.
Oh,
It's still
You're not talking about the guy that
No, not
interviewed
Mark
Louis.
Binger.
no, that's Mark Maron,
Yeah.
another good podcaster. But
He's he's the American, right?
Yeah, he's very American.
No, it's the history guy.
Yeah, no,
Revisionist
he's
history.
good. He's good. I liked him.
Yeah, his book's really cool as well. It's
Very serious sounding.
yeah, it's very severe. He's not got a very like positive outlook on the world. But
Fair enough.
yeah, he's more into the kind of social theories and well, it's actually not he's actually not negative. He's just very realistic about things. So even there's a bit in Tipping Point about the epidemic of smoking, but it's the last chapter of the book about smoking, but he's just come off this whole book of talking about how brands and fashion trends take over the world, kind of like positive marketing, catching on and like spreading, and how you can harness that. And the last one's about smoking and how it's involuntarily, by advertising against smoking, it's like reinforced it in young people and really made it like grow faster than ever in the past few years amongst young people only. It's to do with how we viewed people we admired while growing up and people who we considered like elegant and classy.
Right. Yeah.
And there's like, yeah, he interviewed like 100 smokers and like talked about the first moment where they decided they were going to start smoking, and it always involves like an older, like mysterious sort of figure that had a cigarette in their hand to like complete an image that was already there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, then it makes sense now because there's that big retro revival and everything.
Totally, yeah.
People are just watching those old movies and
Yeah.
I'm just the same. You put on like a 50s movie and then there's a whole bunch of classy men smoking. You just, makes you want to smoke so much.
Because it completes the image and you're like, I can be like that.
Yeah. But what's to say about that? I mean, you could argue that like kids, it's just that recklessness that every teenager puts themselves through of just like, I just want to be reckless. I don't care if I die. It's about going against everything that seems the right thing to do in a way. Yeah. And
that's fully what it is. That's like the way he talks about it and like epitomizes the smoker as a character trait. It's like a impulsive, young, living in the moment person who's not afraid of things and confident, and it's just like everything you want to be.
Yeah.
And that's the trait. But I'm not a smoker, so
yeah, well, that's
so
great.
fuck you, Malcolm Gladwell. I felt like taking it up after reading that passage though.
Really?
Oh man, I'm just missing out.
Well, it's true. You are missing out.
You are.
Yeah.
That's great.
Tell me about how good smoking is.
Oh, ciggies.
I reckon your mic's gonna sound fucked, Pat.
You reckon my mic? Really?
It's got it wedged in between a bunch of jackets and zippers.
If you do that, now it's going to...
How's it now? Heavily gained.
Yeah, it's heavily gained.
Heavily gained!
Oh, Jesus. Alright. Turn it back a little bit.
Fucking black!
Oh. What else did we listen to in the van? That provoked your little brain spindles, your mind palace.
Your little mind palace, you.
I really, really enjoyed This American Life on John. What was his last name?
John.
John.
Oh, you mean the cereal, the other one?
Easily mistaken, S-Town.
S-Town.
What a trip. That was amazing.
Yeah, it was beautiful. We kind of hit the whole thing in 1 or 2 long van rides.
Yeah, that really actually rocked me for a little bit there.
Yeah, it was so well crafted, that whole thing.
Yeah.
Really,
But just like, also you really start living in John's mind almost at the end, and I just started to think so pessimistically, like he was thinking. Like I can so understand of falling into that
totally.
that trap of just thinking so pessimistically about everything.
Of course.
And that, like, I think that's what affected me from it. I was like, I mean, there's so much to say about that series, but yeah, it was like, just that thought process. I don't know.
yeah, it's such a strong character of this repressed gay, like southern USA cowboy town dude. don't know. There was no real story or investigation in it. It was just, it kind of read like a novel, or sounded like a novel being read to you, in how the interviewer was really placed in the scene of the town, and how he became just so much of a part of it. Is that like bad? I've heard that's like bad documentary making once you become too much involved in what you're investigating and you actually alter the course of what would have naturally happened.
Yeah, it was pretty biased, I guess. But it started off as like a thing about this murder, and you thought that's where it was going.
That's
and
how it like
after
hooked you.
2 episodes, that was over, and the rest was just like a character study on this John guy. And it was like, and then it was like a poetic thing where
It
it's
became
okay to be
poetic,
biased.
and then it kept like coming back to this overarching theme of time and his like garden and just like abstract little bits about both of those, tying it all together. Much like an album in a way. I thought it was cool.
Yeah, it's much like an album flow. You got all the pop hits at the start, and then you get
exactly.
into
It hooks you,
the
introduces the main themes, and then takes you on a little journey.
But yeah, I felt like that was almost a message, like as far as how much he got involved, the interviewer guy. He did change the course. Like it made me think like that John, the main character, killed himself because like the fact that he was on that podcast, I feel like that may have led him to go, okay, I'm going to kill myself now because I've made a statement. It's going to be on the podcast.
That's a good point.
No, because
It's pretty huge.
I back it.
Because you think about like the reason, like he was the guy to email him. It's like, and the whole message of John like not having anything to grab onto his whole life. He finally he approached these guys, this American Life, to investigate this murder, but really it was just about him like being a part of something and having something to hold on to and say like I did something, or like, you know, it was kind of
Suddenly he's made a splash. That's pretty, like, yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. I back it.
And how's that though? What, John's suicide just resting on this American Life conscious?
just that, of course. Like they were saying, you know, he was always saying that he was going to kill himself, but I definitely reckon the fact that he was on the podcast made him do it then. Yeah, you know?
He got his stuff out there. He was
totally. Yeah, there was moral implications for it. Like lots of people were criticizing it for being too, like after he died, they just like went full into his life history and like found secret ex-lovers and stuff like that. Well, like the guy is talking about, he was like fully a secret to all the people who knew John.
Yeah.
And just like revealing it on this like worldwide medium, which is kind of maybe not what he would have wanted, but he's already gone. There's like all these like weird moral things around it.
Yeah, but like, I mean, in John's respect, he wasn't a believer in any afterlife thing. So
yeah, that's what they say. That's what they say in the podcast.
Fuck it.
Fuck it. We suddenly got very cold then and left. But that was good, wasn't it? Felt like we actually maybe made some interesting points or something insightful instead of just absolute rambunctiousness, which is good as well. Anyway, this is the end of the Parcels Podcast, episode 2. I've just got like I'm going to end on just like a few little clips I found from the Finner kitchen table, which made me laugh. I don't know if anyone will find it funny, but I feel like it just highlights some of the ridiculousness of our daily Berlin lives behind the music. See you next month, gang. I'm going to try to make this a monthly thing, so stay tuned for more pranks, more reviews from the van, more music hints about what's coming. This is just Parcels updates every month. How good's that? All right, goodbye. Yeah.
What
okay.
I'm pissed off about is I've just gone the second time to fucking Aldi to get a SIM card, and I've just gotten another text. Oh, you've only got €1 left.
That's fine.
And I got it
on Aldi Talk.
I got it yesterday morning. But what happened? Did you do it again, Giles? Change companies. Oh fuck! I couldn't be bothered to change companies.
Change companies, dude. Aldi Talk's fucked you twice now.
€30 down the drain. I really like the analog synthesizer because there's just the synthesizer because it's limited. It's so limited, especially my Casio. It's like the most limited piece of shit, but it's incredible. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, there's that or that, you choose. Whereas as soon as I go into the MIDI and then there's like 20 different types of whirly drives, I'm like, oh fuck it. Like,
It's decision. It's like trying to choose a milk at the supermarket.
Exactly.
There's no, I can't do it. I spend like 5 minutes looking at
just
the
go
milk.
for the Volmilch, dude. Volmilch.
50% full milk. You're cooking us dinner tonight, aren't you?
Yeah,
Have you
dude, I
prepared?
got steaks.
Oh, cool.
But I kind of cheated a little bit where I kind of bought those like already beautifully
Marinated steaks.
because my dad used to buy them from like Aldi when we were back in Australia, and it was the best night of the week.
I'm right on
So I
board.
got that. I got some mushrooms, and I'll cook up put together a little salad with feta and.
Oh, dude, you're prepared. Fuck yeah.
You didn't get 4, did you?
Actually, lucky has it I have 4.
No friggin' way. I might have plans with a woman, but if not,
Oh, way to drop that. Secure dinner and then back out.
Yeah, that's when you don't get this.
Fucking classic.
You gotta commit.
choose to include or not include that in the podcast.
See how that plays on
We
the
could
audio.
just